Okay. Let's try this again. If you
I
only knew.
Does this frame, this look okay? Me?
I can't see it right now. You're not holding it up for the camera.
No, I'm saying, are you getting me?
Yeah, I can see you. Yeah, that looks good. You need to raise it up though when we go on. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, here we oh, hell. Let's see what happens. Coming down in 3, 2. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Road Trip After Hours. I'm your host, Mac Davis, along with WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long. I wish we were recording just before this. Teddy, before we get on this show, I know it's already
happening. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't need no introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all just only knew what was happening here before we came on. I tell you, this was an all-time blooper day. I tell you right now.
It's gonna be one of those days. Teddy, well, look, I do want to mention something, man. You got a Lifetime Achievement Award. Can you tell us a little bit about that award?
Well, right here, man. I got it right here, and this was given to me by the Dragon Con Wrestling. I had a chance to go with them every year and represent with Dragon Con, and so they just wanted to show me that they appreciated me coming by every year, being a part of their wrestling event. And so I'd like to thank AJ and Dragon Con Wrestling for this Lifetime Achievement Award. Thank you guys, man. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. And you talk about timing here. I was just about to tell Teddy something, and this lady pops up, and I know what she'll be telling us about. But Teddy, I was telling you just before we started, I'm aching. It's just one of those days where I don't know if it's the weather, whatever it is, but my body is not liking me right now.
Well, the thing I want you to know, Mac, is I'm so glad that we got this special guest. And like I said, I didn't even, when I talked to her about coming on the podcast, I didn't even think about, you being hurting or aching. I'm just wanting to let the people know, how good this lady is. But since you're talking about aching and you're hurting and stuff, well, I've got just a remedy for you. And a lot of people, they ask me, I'll be in the gym and I do a lot of, extra weight. They look at me like doing abs. I got 300 pounds, doing crunches. And they say, how are you able to do that? So I've done it for many, many years too, but also I feel good. And I also take good supplements and put stuff in my body. And the main thing that I take every day, it's called sea moss. Sea moss. It's a lifesaver, man. I've been taking it for at least 2.5 years. And it's great for tremendous energy. Man, that just aches and pains, all that stuff. It helps everything, man. And I mean, people can read about it, but you don't have to, because I've got a lady here today that I've been getting my sea moss from, and she's going to come on, and we're just going to do something a little different today, Mac. And you may be interested in this too, because I'd like to get you on the sea moss too. No. And we're going to bring Kiona in. Is Kiona with us there, Mac?
Hey, Teddy, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate this. So yeah, about sea moss. Sea moss has been around since the 1800s, and people have been consuming sea moss for a long time. It just really, really got popular since the pandemic. So that's how, a lot of people started hearing about sea moss, but it's been around for a while. Now, what sea moss is, this is it. This is sea moss in its raw form, okay? And it's a sea algae. It grows in the bottom of the ocean, and it is just packed with over 92 vitamins and minerals. And this is alkaline also. So what that really means is it has just about every vitamin and mineral your body needs. So it has vitamins from vitamin A to vitamin K. When it comes to the other minerals that it has in it, has iron, potassium, magnesium. I could just go on and on with the amount of vitamins and minerals that it has in it. But what it does is it is really a detoxifier. So it's going to bind itself to the toxins in your body, and it's going to detox it out. So sea moss is something very good that, especially for people who are working out, it's very good for them because it detoxes you, as well as it helps your muscles and your bones, because it also has calcium in it. The potassium in it will help you not cramp up. So, that's something real good for after you work out, because, a lot of people will start cramping up and stuff like that. So it will help you not cramp up.
Well,
Did you
and
have a question?
I wanted to ask you about this too, Kiona. A lot of people I think would really be interested in it. I know for the workout, that's why I'm sold on it. And
Right.
but for people that that suffer from high blood pressure, high cholesterol, these are the people that I want to try to reach, because with the high blood pressure, that's like a silent killer. Sometimes people don't even know that blood pressure is high. So I want to know what CMOS, what it does for the high blood pressure and for that cholesterol and keeping that intact.
Okay, so it kind of back to what I was saying, how it detoxifies you.
Mm-hmm.
So what it does is it will lower your blood pressure. It will thin out your blood. Okay, and when it thins out your blood, it's going to allow your blood to therefore be detoxified. So with that being said, within like 3 days of taking it, you will notice a difference in your blood pressure.
Now, that was the part I was going to ask you about too, and I don't mean to cut you off, Kiona, but I'm seeing the stuff that's sitting right in front of you. They look like pouches full of some kind of a liquid.
Yeah.
And so explain to me, how do I take this? I'm assuming it's a drink. There we go.
So I have different forms of it. So this is it in its raw form. Okay. And I process this by washing it, and I soak it in water, and I blend it down, and I blend it into these gels. So I make flavor gels. This one is pineapple ginger. This one is strawberry.
That's the one Teddy has.
This one is mango. And this one is plain. This one is not flavored. And then I also have capsules, and let me show you what the capsules look like. So I have it in capsule form. Okay, that's what the capsules look like.
I gotta tell you that strawberry looks really good.
I just drank some of mine, Mac. I've had it in the refrigerator here, and it's nice and cold. I just drank it, man. This is delicious. It's like a milkshake.
I'm looking at it going, man, if you just get a little rum,
See, there you go. There you go. There you go. Mac will mess up a wet dream, lady.
Now, what is that?
Alcohol with this, though.
I was only kidding. Don't mix the alcohol with it. But that strawberry just looks that good, because it looks like a daiquiri almost when I'm looking at it in that bag. And if it's cold, I mean, that looks good. That looks good.
What you would do with these, you just take 2 tablespoons full a day. That's all you really need.
Oh, I don't want to drink the whole bag.
Yeah.
Well, I probably do more than 2 tablespoons, because I just take my bag and I just turn it up and drink it. So I probably drink it maybe more, but I think the more the better for me. That's the way I look at it.
Right.
Fiona, what I want you to do now, so we don't have a lot of time, I want you to tell everybody, give me your contact information, and if they need get in contact with you, and you can get that CMOS to them. Okay.
So you can find me on Etsy. I have an online store on Etsy, and the name of the store is Aquia Yard. That's AKUAYARD on Etsy. You can also find me on Facebook, Aquia Yard Health Foods. That's AKUAYARD Health, HEALTH, Foods LLC. I forgot the LLC part. And then you can also follow me on Instagram, and that is also Aquia Yard, AKUAYARD.
Sounds great.
Okay,
real quick before we let you go, just give us the highlights. The seaweed, all in all, it takes care of a variety of health problems, I guess, or things that you may have on a daily basis.
And it's not seaweed, it's
moss.
sea
moss. I'm sorry, sea moss.
Jesus. So
he's going to kick me in the head.
You see what Matt said is.
Do you have anything for memory?
Sea moss.
There we go.
All right. And the other thing I want to tell you too, man, is for you ladies out there too, if you ladies start getting on it, because it has to help the ladies out, because if y'all ever seen Kiona, you would know exactly what I mean.
Fine, you can see her right here. She's on camera, Teddy.
Well, they just see the face. They ain't seen all of it, brother. That Kyoto is fine as all outdoors. Believe me. So, and I think that's what's helping her out, man. That sea moss. So, ladies, if you want to, stretch that booty and get some hips and stuff on, you better get on some sea moss, cause
You got that
Fiona
right.
can witness to that.
He's giving me a hard time. He's giving me a hard time. Look here, I will say this though, Kiona, I love your voice. That first friend, when we first talked on the phone, I thought to myself immediately, oh, she's got a beautiful voice. So the face goes with the voice. It's very much so. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you as well. I really appreciate it, and I had fun.
Thank you. All right,
Okay.
Teddy, I enjoyed that interview with Kiona. How did you meet Kiona?
I met Kiona through my son. My son was a good friend of Kiona's, and I met. He was drinking the sea moss, and he kept trying to tell me about it. And I listened, but then again, I didn't listen. Kind of went in one ear and out the other. And he kind of stayed on me about it. And so finally, I got with him, and I went over to Kiona's house, and she turned me on to it, and I've been drinking it ever since.
No, like I say, it looked really good, really good.
Well, if she mixes it, she does a great job, man. It tastes just like a milkshake.
All right, look, we've still got some names that we've been going down for the last several shows of people that Teddy has worked with, not just people, but world champions that Teddy has worked with throughout his entire career, whether it was managing a team or managing as a manager of the show or even as an official. So Teddy, working with these names, we've been going through them. There's several of them today, Teddy, that I'm going to go through rather quickly because we've talked about these gentlemen. The next three a lot. So I think everybody kind of knows how you feel about him, but I'm gonna give them to you in a group. The next three in a group were JBL, Edge, and Rob Van Dam.
JBL, outstanding, man. What a great friend, and what a great guy to work with, man. I traveled with him over the road for quite a while, a long time. And JBL is just a true friend. I mean, he shows you that, each and every day. He puts race aside, and you can tell that when he gave my Hall of Fame speech, he spoke about that, and I had no idea he was even going to talk about that. He never said nothing to me, so that came straight from the heart, and that's what I can say about him. He's really a true person, So JBL gets outstanding. Edge, had a chance to work with him, love him to death. Had a chance to meet his mom, and what a sweetheart of a lady. Edge and I are, dog lovers, and he had this little dog named Brandy. And Edge used to come and I'd ask him every day, what's Brandy doing today? And he said he took Brandy to Target, and he puts Brandy in the buggy and rolls her right around in Target with him. So that was just that was just a great story. But and RVD, a really great friend, known him for some time. Had a chance to see him when we did the SmackDown the draft for Raw and SmackDown. He was there, and had a chance to kind of hang out with him a little bit, and that's always fun.
This is not one of the names that's on the list, but something triggered me into remembering a story I saw before we went to air. And Carlito, you and I have talked about this, that WWE hired him back several months ago. And can you believe he still hasn't been used? The creative doesn't know what to do with him.
Well, I don't really know really what's going on there. I didn't really think that. I thought that they was bringing him back to do some work behind the scenes,
So
like an
did I.
agent or something. I didn't know that they were planning on using him as a character. So I mean, I don't understand what you don't know what to do with him. Jesus Christ, he's Carlito. What do you mean?
Yeah, that really confuses me. And another name, excuse me, not on this list, that just joined WWE with a handshake deal is Nick Aldis. And that's behind the scenes working as an agent or a producer. I still say, Teddy, Nick does not need to hang up those boots. He has value and belief as a real champion. And I want to see him and WWE work together, because I think once they put a little bit of oomph behind him, they're going to see what everybody else is seeing. Nick is tremendous at performing his role. And what he did for the NWA can't be forgotten.
Well, here's what you got to look at. You know what I mean? This could be one or two things. This could be Nick Aldis' test. You know what I mean? They might bring him in and put him behind the scenes, to just see how he accepts that. You know what I mean? What his attitude is like. It's like this. When I went to the first to the WWE, the first thing I went in there, I was a referee. I had been a manager, man, with Doom, Butch Reed, and Ron Simmons, world champions. I'd managed Johnny B. Bad. I mean, number of guys. So for me to drop all the way back down and put the striped shirt back on, that in it, some people wouldn't have accepted that. They would have just thought, but it didn't bother me. Because my thing is this, I got a job and I'm getting a paycheck. So if you want me to be a referee, then that's fine. But as I did that and I passed the test, then look where I went from referee, managing, straight into general manager. So Nick Aldis, if I was him, I think Nick is smart. He knows how to play the game. Just take that agent's job and you never know. They might hit him one day and say, hey, we got this for you because he's already there. And I think he would. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say WWE, I'm asking you as a fan, please work something out with Nick Aldis and Cody Rhodes. They need to work together in a program to finish that 3 series that they've been working to. The first 2 matches were incredible. The third under WWE would probably be completely amazing to watch. And a moment a lot of people won't forget.
And I think the people would certainly buy Nick Aldis and Cody Rhodes. I think that's a hell of a match right there. And I think they could get a lot out of that. Not just one match. I think you could get several matches out of them. So like I said, I think Nick is going to be all right. Just, hey, get your paycheck and you're already there. So it's always good to be there because something comes up that, well, we ain't got to call him. He's right here.
Right.
That's so very true. I think Nick is smart. He's just playing the game. He's getting a paycheck. So I wish him good luck. And I think he's going to be fine.
All right, we really need to take a break here. When we come back, we're going to dip into the mailbag and find out what you need to ask Teddy next.
All right.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats. You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow, and it's full of fiber to make them go. You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats.
Welcome back to Road Trip After Hours. I'm your host, Mac Davis, along with my co-host, WWE Hall of Famer, Mr. Teddy Long. Hey, Teddy.
And we're drinking seaweed.
No, sea moss.
Oh, now you got it right.
All right, here we go. Question number 1, Teddy. Timothy on Twitter wants to know, who was your favorite wrestler?
Oh man, Jesus Christ! That's
as a fan now, not as working with him or anything else. Just as a fan, was there one guy that I love this guy? You just couldn't find anything wrong with it.
Well, that had to be Taker. You know what I mean? Because I worked with him so many years, before he was ever the Undertaker, and I'd always watched him a lot. So it had to be Taker. And also, man, it was great. Ron Simmons and Butch Reed were a couple of guys that were great to work with. And I learned a lot from them because back in the day, you went old school. And so you'd learn the old school way. So that really helped me a lot to really know how this business how it really works. So I had a lot of guys, man. But Taker, I would say, would probably be the one.
All right. Our next question, Jermaine in Nebraska. When did you personally enjoy wrestling the most? Money aside, just your personal enjoyment.
I guess when I was general manager, that was the first time I'd ever been in a role like that, and to take on that responsibility and to make it work, that was the highlight of my life. So that was what I really enjoyed most. And the thing was, I made Vince happy, and that was. And well, when you can do that, you've accomplished something.
Yeah. And, and it's hard for people to remember, excuse me, that in your career, you lived through really 2 great points in wrestling. You came up in the NWA, WCW time when things were booming, the Rock and Roll Express, Jim Cornette, all that stuff was going on. And then you ended up into WWE, which again, another boom in wrestling came along, and there was Teddy Long. It just had to be incredible. The memories you have from both of those runs, just in those 2 companies alone, is enough to make people just go, wow, they have lived that kind of life. Let's see. Robert in the UK asks, any memories from your visits to the UK? Any good stories?
No, not really.
He didn't like the UK. No,
Well,
you
no,
love the
not that I
UK.
didn't, not that I didn't like it, but I never did go anywhere because over there, the country, you couldn't hardly find anybody that speaks English, so you don't go nowhere to eat because you don't know
In
how
the
much.
no, the UK is England.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying
They
the
speak
UK,
English in England.
but a lot of people don't.
What are they?
You go to restaurants, you go to the restaurants.
Well,
there,
they
don't
may
speak
be
English.
talking French or something.
Well, they don't speak English because I got that. This is what really got me in the UK is one time I went in this restaurant and ordered some food, and they come back with this ridiculous price. I had no idea what I was paying, and the meal I had was very small, and it was like $30 or $40 UK money, well, US dollars. So I'm just saying, man, that what got me
Wow.
right there because I couldn't say nothing because I don't know. I can't speak the language, so I don't know what's going on. So only thing I did when I went over to the UK is I went and did the shows, got on the bus, went straight back to my hotel room, and I stayed there. I didn't go out. I didn't do nothing. Well, I went to the gym during the day, but that was it.
The bit that you did where you were playing one of the royal guards.
Yeah.
Was that in England or was that another
That was
show?
in England.
Was it? But that was on stage. You didn't really go out on location, did you?
No, we did that backstage. They just went and got one of those, one of the hats for me to wear and one of the jackets. And so we did it backstage.
How heavy was that hat?
Pretty heavy.
I'm thinking
But
because
they
you got a, no offense, but you got a peanut head, and with that peanut head, that thing you got to hold it up, and that kind of weight's not easy.
Didn't bother me. I stood right there, didn't move. Never forget William Regal. Everybody that all came trying to make me laugh. I never did it, and Vince was so happy because he knew he sent them at me to see, could I pass that test?
Oh, yeah.
And after they couldn't nobody make me laugh, then that's what the boss wanted. So I made that work.
And the funny thing is, everybody who's listening right now or watching, I know you just put that image in your head because there's not anybody I know that can't remember how Teddy looked in that ridiculous hat. Let's see. Well, for Teddy, it's not ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Didn't bother me because that's my job. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
you
what
made
I do.
money.
Right, exactly.
All right, let's see. We have time for one more, and this is coming from Alicia. This is a great one to end on. Alicia in the ATL writes, looking forward to seeing you guys at the Deep South show. We've missed you. So some fans from the Georgia will be there to see us this coming weekend. Teddy, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, that's this Saturday. We'll be at Dad's Barbecue. That's over off Memorial Drive in Atlanta. We'll be there on behalf of Deep South Championship Wrestling. Nick Patrick, my old riding buddy for many, many years, the owner of Deep South Wrestling. So, that also, a lot of people don't know Nick Patrick's father, Jody Hamilton, the late, great Sasson. That was his dad. And so had a chance to work with his dad a little bit too, not in the ring and then, but behind the scenes when he was running the wrestling school there. And so what a nice, great man. And so I'm just happy that me and you are going to be there and help Nick out, trying to get his shows off the ground. Eric Bischoff, he'll certainly be in the house. Also heard that Shoot Taylor is going to be there now. So it'll be good to see Shoot Taylor and all the big stars of Deep South Championship Wrestling, and they're crowning their first heavyweight champion since the year 2007.
And if I'm not mistaken, Teddy, I believe that championship is between Shoot Taylor, who you were just speaking about. Speaking about, you got to forgive me, my allergies have been killing me. Shoot Taylor. But Shoot Taylor and Skrilla the Great, if I'm not mistaken, is the main event. So that should be one hell of a match. Both guys are incredibly talented.
Yes,
kept up
they
with
are.
both of them, and you and I have worked with both guys. So if you're looking forward to one fantastic night of wrestling, this is the place. In the barbecue. Oh my God, Teddy, bring up Das Barbecue on the web or on Facebook, anywhere. Any of you guys, just pull it up. You'll want to go just because of the barbecue. It looked good. Oh my God. But also, I want to keep in mind too, Eric Bischoff will be there as well, along with Teddy and I, and Robert Gibson and Sarge. So all those will be there, and that's the ones I know of. So it should be a lot of fun this coming Saturday.
Oh yeah, and like I said, this is a free show, so y'all ain't got no excuse not to buy no merchandise.
What he said. I'm Mac Davis. That's WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long, and this has been Road Trip After Hours.
Holla!